Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make zefir. Zefir is a Russian type of marshmallow, except the technique is slightly different. In zefir, they use the apple puree, and I will explain to you why. To make apple puree, we're gonna need 3 apples and a half a cup of sugar. We need to core the apples and slice them in half, and then they're gonna get baked to when they're soft and we can actually make puree out of them. But this is why the apples are being used for this recipe, is because apples along with plums, pears and guava contain a lot of pectin, which is a natural thickening agent, and that's why we need apples for this dessert. When the apples are baked, we're gonna put them through the sieve to extract this beautiful puree out of them. But if you guys too lazy and you don't want to do this, you can just buy apple puree as a baby food and use it in your recipe. And yes, I looked on the box, it contains nothing but the apple puree, so that would be still good. Then we need to weigh our apple puree, and we need 150 grams of it, but for some of you who doesn't have kitchen scales, I would say it's about a cup. And we're gonna put a half a cup of sugar. We're gonna put it on the stove and we're gonna let it reduce a little bit, and when it starts to boil it for about 5 minutes or so until it changes in color and it thickens a little bit, and our puree is ready. We're gonna put it on an ice bath for it to be cooled completely. After our puree has cooled down, we need to start making our syrup. We're gonna need 170 grams of sugar, 100 milliliters of water, 80 grams of corn syrup, 2 teaspoons of Agar-Agar, which is a plant-based thickening agent, and we're gonna need 1 egg white. In a small saucepan, we're gonna put our sugar, then Agar-Agar, then we're gonna put water and the corn syrup, and we're gonna put it on the stove to boil. When our syrup starts to boil, we're gonna place candy thermometer in it, and we're gonna start making our base for our zefir. We're gonna run to our stand-up mixer, and we're gonna put our apple puree in it and 1 egg white, and we're gonna start whipping it. And it's better if those 2 tasks, making syrup and making the zefir base, are done at the same time, because they take about 5 minutes to do. When our zefir base becomes really white and it starts looking like meringue, we need to check on our syrup. It should say 100 degrees Celsius, 230 degrees Fahrenheit, but if you don't have a thermometer, look at the consistency. It should hang off your spatula like little icicles. Then we need to slowly pour our syrup inside the zefir base and try to use different sides of the bowl, so it's not all on one side and it incorporates it completely. We're gonna increase the speed of our mixer. We're gonna mix it on high speed. Then if you want to add flavoring to your zefir, I chose to use a raspberry flavoring. You can do that. And also if you want to color it, and I chose to color it pink, you can also do that. And we need to mix it until it's cooled down and a very stiff peaks. Then you need to transfer your zefir mixture into a piping bag, and use a very large piping bag. And we're gonna start piping our zefir. You need to push your zefir mixture until it reaches the end of your piping tip, and I'm using Ateco 857 because I think it makes the prettiest design. And we need to start piping our zefir either on a silicone mat or on the parchment paper. And this is your preference, guys. You can make larger ones, you can make little ones, and we're gonna let it air dry for at least 5 hours. And in 5 hours, our zefir is ready. And then it is as simple as that. We need to find the mate for our halves and just simply put them together, because the bottom of the zefir is quite sticky, so that's how they stick together. And what I like to do, I like to take a pastry brush and just brush the icing sugar over the zefir so it doesn't stick. And here it is, guys, our beautiful zefir is ready. And I'm gonna make it just a little bit more prettier. I'm gonna sprinkle them with edible glitter. and look how beautiful they're gonna look after that. It's just gorgeous. At the end, let me give you a little history of the name of this dessert. The name Zefir comes from the name of the Greek god, which is a god of air and wind. And I think the name Zefir means airy, very airy consistency, and that's what this dessert is about. It's very fluffy, very airy, and very delicious. And you guys can put it in a nice box for a gift giving. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.